And we're back here at Coach's Corner West, and we're going to be talking in this segment to the Bucyrus wrestling team, Coach Shane Kokensparger. We want to remind you, first of all, that we're brought to you in part by Adam Weisner and Associates at Advanced Fiber Technology, Coach Tim Plumley at Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, Matt Studer at Spitzer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Kia in Mansfield. And Coach Kokensparger, lots of things have happened since you were on the show a month ago.
It was the night before we had the All-Star Classic before season started. We've had a couple tournaments. The Bucyrus Invitational, we finished third. Elgin Tournament, we finished fourth. We were going against D1 Whitmer,
Wow.
things like that. And then this past weekend, we were competing at the Cary Classic, where we had a dominating performance and won by 67 points.
That's what that little
That is the trophy right there. We had 5 individual champs. Kyron Kirshner at 113, Grady Weber at 120, Dalton Barker 26, Sawyer Cooper 132, Grant Dowell at 144. Andy Case, Riley Parker, he's never wrestled before, second, Nate Ziering second, and Andy was also second. Then Mason Gephardt battled through some injuries and had to go all the way down to fourth, as well as Mauricio Martinez. Congratulations to Harper Boggs. She is the first female in Bucyrus wrestling history to score a win against competition, not a forfeit. So she did get a pin in the third round of the Cary Classic this weekend. But today after practice and during practice, we talked about not settling for the Cary Classic. But it was exciting.
Oh, sure.
It was a great weekend. We actually went into after the first round down. We were fourth in points.
How many teams were there?
12.
Okay.
A lot of our kids had byes first round, so it looked like we didn't have much. And then second round, and then when they added all the placement points, it was amazing. I think we had 247, 250 to 189.
Wow.
Something like that. A lot of pins. A lot of our kids not being pinned. It's a battle tested. We mentally get our kids ready. Physically, they're all ready. Look at them; they're all ready.
There you go.
But it's the mental aspect of wrestling that, in the next segment, we'll talk about the gold medal duels that are coming up. But I couldn't be happier with the way we showed up. Everyone's on weight. We're not making any weight cuts. Nothing drastic. Everyone's healthy. We got some minor bumps and bruises. No major injuries. Dalton Barker is battling year long. It's in his leg. There's nothing we can do about it. He's got to fight through it. It's a senior year.
Yeah.
It's just mental right now. We're going to go through the grind the next 3 weeks, starting with the Classic, then the gold medal duels in Mapleton. Then we'll get a week and a half off from tournament action. And then we're going to actually look at ADA and then our league tournament. So we're wrapping up, about 2 months. But it's super, super tough right now mentally for the kids because we're getting back to school. We're ending the grading period. They just have to battle through some of the mental aspects of wrestling, not the physical. We're good physically. It's mentally that we need to take the next step.
Yeah, and any sport really, but I think especially winter sports, that post-holiday grind, kind of you're past the excitement of the season starting and getting underway, and now you kind of get into that middle, almost doldrums.
So I really call it like a winter season depression because these kids come to school, it's dark out.
Mm-hmm.
After practice, they go home, it's dark out.
Got homework to do when they get home.
Yes. One thing, all Grant Dowell next to me has all A's and B's. Andy's A's and B's, Kyron A's and B's, Grady A's and B's. We have a lot of kids on our team who are doing both what they need in the classroom and on the mat. That's one thing we can't be more proud of is that's Coach Blankenship just walked in, and that's one thing we preach every day is, it's not just wrestling. We have to get you prepared for after Bucyrus. What's next? I mean, we have colleges calling, we have militaries looking into our kids, and they figure if you make it through a wrestling season, you can make it through military boot camp. So, which is true because I've been there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
But we have to get these kids ready, not for the league tournament, but for life after. And that's why we're so tough on them every day.
Well, and quite a number of your kids also play football.
Yes.
Another very physical sport.
Yep.
So, they're going through 2 seasons of,
Just their body
getting body
grinding.
beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. Well, we're going to talk to a couple of these guys and get their thoughts. What we're going to do, first of all, is to recognize our sponsors. Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic in Marion, Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Hyland and Associates at Bucyrus Blades, and Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe. Okay, so first up we have Grant Dowell, and Grant, you are a senior.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about wrestling. You've been doing it your entire career here at Bucyrus?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 years. I love it, love the sport. I mean, it's a battle, but got to keep your head up and keep pushing through every day through practice.
Okay, so now you moved into the district?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good addition for you.
It was. I mean, not how we got him, but yeah, definitely an asset. He's 14-2 with 14 pins. So good team point scorer.
There you go.
So,
yeah. So you tell us a little bit about the Cary Classic. You won there as well.
Well, the Cary Classic, some of the matches was kind of hard a little bit, but I was like, I have to win it. I want to win the trophy for the team and everything. I want to make Bucyrus' name known everywhere, so just tried my best for the team and myself.
Okay, and you're wrestling at 144. That's
Yeah.
kind of one of those middle weights.
Yeah.
so we have some flexibility with him between 138, 144, 150. But Grant is also he won the BIT turn, the Bucyrus Invitational this year as well.
Okay. All right. That's good. Well, appreciate your efforts here. Do you play other sports as well?
No.
Okay, so it's just you
Yeah,
focus
just
on
wrestling.
wrestling. Okay. Well, good. Nothing wrong with that, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
We want him to run track. Grant's being recruited right now by a couple schools.
Oh, okay.
So we really want him to broaden his horizon and maybe see what else is out there.
I was gonna say, a lot of coaches, even though they're recruiting for one sport, kind of like it if you do have at least one other option that keeps you in shape in the off season, if nothing else. So, okay, well, appreciate you coming out tonight, and I guess coach is gonna let you guys enjoy the pizza this week, this time, so. Okay, next we have Andy Case. Andy, tell us a little bit about you. You're wrestling at 150 right now?
Yes. This would be my, I'd say, 5th year wrestling. It's a pretty great sport. I love the people with me. Kyron, great friend. I go to Pioneer with him, talk all the time. And there's people like Grant that's a great wrestling partner with me. Puts me through trouble and makes me get hurt, but feel great afterwards. Gets me a better person. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have got second at that Cary Classic. And I just very thankful for that.
Yeah, and you sit here and say, oh, well, you didn't win your weight class. And everybody's contributing points. If
They
you're
are.
finishing first, second, third,
Yeah.
even fourth.
Andy did run up against Montana Pierce in the finals. Montana, I believe, is 7th or 8th ranked in the state at D3 from Macomb.
Okay.
So, but didn't pin him. Andy's a battler. So he actually saved team points by not getting pinned.
Mhm, sure. Okay. Cool. So are you looking forward to anything beyond high school or?
Beyond high school, there's like 2 options I was planning on going to, and I was trying to make like boot camps and stuff my second option if I can get what I wanted to, but I kind of wanted to go into the carpentry gig.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got a lot of options to there, and it seems pretty easy.
And compared to wrestling, some of those things will seem fairly easy.
Yeah.
As Coach said, you're prepared for life when you go through wrestling. So, all right, Andy, appreciate you coming out tonight. Enjoy your pizza. And Karen Kirschner is next.
It's Kyron.
It's
Kyron Kirschner.
Yep.
I always put the Y in the wrong spot.
So do I. So do I.
Because I've typed it out,
Yeah.
when you've sent me your results. Kyron.
Mhm.
I got it, okay. And you can wrestle either 113, 120?
Yep. I prefer 113 though.
Okay. All right. And is there a big difference? You notice a big difference wrestling in either of those?
As a coach, I think it's more mental for Kyron at 113 over 120. He can compete at both, but so can Grady down there. I mean, they both won the Cary Classic this weekend. Grady went up to 120 and still came home with first place trophy. So, I mean, we're going to intermingle them a little bit this weekend based on who we're wrestling and, you know, people we're going to see. So.
Sure. I was going to say,
They're both competitive. They're both, you know, both champions.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There you go. Okay. And you play other sports as well?
Yeah, I played a number of sports, but right now I'm just doing track and wrestling.
Okay. All right. So maybe you recruit your teammate here for the track team. Huh?
It's not that bad. Yeah,
Grant, we just want to have Grant run circles. That's it.
it's pretty much what it is.
Okay, and Harper happens to know the coach, so she can probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kyron's also returning district qualifier for us at 113. You know, he's won a number of tournaments.
Okay, and we're all, well, I didn't ask that, we're all seniors, right?
No, Andy's a junior, Kyron's a senior, and Grady's a freshman.
Oh, wow, okay, wow. So you
We got a couple years, yes.
Yeah, good cross-section there, okay, cool. All right, Kyron, now that I know how to pronounce your name correctly, appreciate you coming out tonight, and enjoy your pizza as well. And Grady Weber's our last wrestler, and we just talked about the fact that you guys kind of intermingle with the 113, 120. Do you have a preference on which one you wrestle, or does it matter to you?
It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever he doesn't get.
You leave it all up to the upperclassmen, and you
Yeah.
take what he doesn't have, right? Okay, that's a good mental approach.
Grady's true team player.
Mhm, yeah.
Quick story about Grady. He went out and wrestled. He bumped up to 120 this weekend. First 30 seconds into his first match, he gets thrown to his back. We thought the match was over. We thought Grady was going to end it. Grady fought for a minute and a half off his back. And then we ended the first period down 5-0. Well, we didn't want Grady to get thrown again, so we put him on top. Grady turns the kid 5 times in the second period, comes out 10-5 lead at the end of 2. That kid then chose neutral again, thinking he was going to throw Grady, and it didn't happen. Grady came out with a 12-9 victory, which helped him get to the championship bout, where he check-followed this kid in the finals.
Coach, he's also like 5 pounds under too, which is crazy.
True, yeah. Okay. Well, Grady, we appreciate you coming out tonight. Enjoy your pizza and the rest of your wrestling season. I'm going to get a couple of final comments from the coach, but we'll first mention that we are brought to you in part by Tabitha Smith and Associates at Waycraft Industries, Rod Steiger and Associates at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Gallion, the pizza provider for Coach's Corner West for the last 30 years.
Wow.
And they actually started the show and have been our sponsor throughout. So we appreciate Rod Steiger and his group. And the Burkhart family at Burkhart Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on the Manette New Winchester Road. So talk to us a little bit about, you got this the big tournament coming up.
So we do.
You said it's at Maple Heights.
No, Mapleton's in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we have the gold medal duels this weekend, which is out of Napoleon.
Oh, Napoleon, okay.
We're gonna leave out of here about 10 a.m. Friday morning. We'll weigh in about 1 o'clock. We'll wrestle as a team. We're gonna stay as a team all weekend. We'll have 9 dual meets.
Wow.
There'll be some D1 teams, Toledo St. Francis, Napoleon D2, Versailles, Huron, Wapakoneta, Genoa, us. It's gonna be. I told the kids that we're gonna probably have a light week of practice because we're gonna go in this weekend. We're gonna get beat up, and we're gonna beat some kids up.
Okay.
It's gonna be very physical. It's going to be it's gonna be a grind. I did it about 6 years ago when I was with Toledo Weight. We went in and we did the grind. Finished, I think, second or third place, but it is just physically a grind of match after match after match, and you're not getting any off. You're not going to go out there and get a bye. You're not hardly going to get a forfeit. They invite teams. It's an invite, and you have to have a full lineup or close to a full lineup to be in this tournament. And we are able to fill all 14 weight classes with extras. And it's also going to be a way for the kids to get out of town. We're gonna leave Friday. We're gonna stay in hotels out there. We're gonna have a swimming pool. Hopefully, there's a nice jacuzzi for some of them to rest their bones. we're gonna go out to dinner as a team on Friday night. No, the school's blessed us, and some of our team sponsors have blessed us enough with donations and to allow us to afford these opportunities to pay for the hotels, you know.
Sure.
If I can just name a couple, we have
Go ahead.
Lawn Dogs, which is Dan Barker and Dalton Barker. We have Kennedy Lane Salon, RFS Charitable Foundations, which is they're a social and mental health organization, which we have in our building. The Coin and Castle Shop downtown. So we have a lot of people who believe in what we're trying to do with these young men who have graced us enough to be able to go away on these overnight trips. Our administration, Matt McKeever, is wonderful with, you know, us being able to do these and Dr. Singh is supportive. And it's all about getting them new experiences. I don't know if they've ever been to an overnight dual meet tournament where they're gonna see this, they're gonna walk in, it's gonna be a stadium. The way Napoleon is set up, it's a stadium, so everyone's looking down at you. There'll be 4 mats in the center of this gym, and everyone's looking down. So, you know, it's a beautiful facility. They call it the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And it's an experience that, you know, other than the state tournament, I think the gold medal duels experience is second to none, just by how it's set up and they look down at you. And, you know, you look up and you see all the crowd because, you know, you have 10 schools. You know, everyone's bringing all their wrestlers, all their families are coming.
10 big schools.
10 schools that are going to fill full lineups, and it's going to be battles. We're going to come out bruised. But the only way to get back is get on the horse. You know, get back on the horse and get ready for Mapleton when we get back on Sunday. We'll get back Saturday night, and then we'll have an open lift Sunday morning. And then Monday, I mean, after a rough tournament, they need to lift on Sunday or jog or run, just to keep those muscles working. And, you know, we offer open lifts on Sundays after tournaments. But, you know, we're excited. We're excited about where we could go. I do think Napoleon is the top dog there this weekend. Sandusky Perkins is there. It's another tough school. I believe we could go 8-2, but we could also go 2-8. Everything, it's going to be 1-2 matches that are going to decide the dual meets. And, you know, it's going to be which kid wants it more. So that's what we're trying to get them ready for this week, mentally more than physically.
And you'll come out of there knowing where you stand.
We will. We will.
So, that's good.
And then we'll just look for the N10.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
and our goal is the N10 championship. I think definitely top 3. Seneca's really tough right now. Seneca's is really tough.
Okay.
I think Mohawk is taking a step back, but they're really tough
Still
as
got
well.
some good
They
wrestlers.
got 5 real good wrestlers. We just don't match up with them. We're really good in the lighter weights, while they're really good in the upper weights.
Okay.
So it's going to be who can get the bonus points.
Sure. There you
So,
go.
but I do think I'll put out my 14 against any of the other leagues 14, and you know, let's go to war.
That's how you do it.
That's how we do it. Mano y mano.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Coach Shane Kokensparger of the Bucyrus Wrestling Program. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Know like all the teams are busy and you got things to do, and appreciate you taking 20 minutes out of your schedule to come over.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
Okay. Coach Shane Kokensparger of the Bucyrus Wrestling Program. Next up, we're going to be talking to the Bucyrus boys basketball team, and we'll do that right after this.